Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway, where tonight we will be running the Bolt Racing League J&B Modified Touring Series. Oh my god. What a great way to start this off with Tristan Bear immediately getting into the fence. A couple new additions this week. We have Dominic Burrouet, who hasn't ran here with us in a couple seasons now. And first time here with us in the Modifieds. Last time was in the late models in Season 1. Racked up a couple wins there. Going to be exciting to see how he does here tonight in the Modifieds. Couple drivers getting their laps in here early on. And I'm struggling to figure out the cameras again. This is awesome. Okay, there we go. Tristan Bear, little over rotation and a half and two right there. John Matthews out on track. That sharp looking Blink Designs 213similar.com Glitch Energy sponsored car. A little tight for him. Casey Ellis in the Ghost Energy car. Last week's winner, Rance Llewellyn, out on track making his practice laps. Just getting a couple things tweaked here with the audio. I think we were a little quiet there to start with the stream audio. I think we're good now, though. Taking a look back here, Jimmy Mensch, PBR 213similar.com sponsored car there. Sharp looking ride as always. Casey Ellis in the fence. Oh. Greg Pillar making a brand new car for this week. Running that shiny blue on a couple other cars that I've seen him run, and he just looks phenomenal on the modified as well. Pacey Wygant, currently your quickest driver in practice with a 16.443. Next best is Jimmy Mensch in it with a 16.518. Rance Llewellyn with a 16.583, although I think he joined the session a little bit later, so maybe not in quite as good of conditions there for him. Tristan Bear, 16.639. John Matthews, 16.847. Casey Ellis, real close there with a lap, 16.849. And Greg Pillar with a 16.942. Byron Jones, Ryan Bunch, and Dominic Burrouet yet to make a lap in practice. Take a look at a couple of these guys throughout the field here. Tristan Bear ripping the above the cushion. As we get set here for qualifying. And as with last week, we will have the solo open qualifying format, which means drivers will be called out in their qualifying order, come out and make their two timed laps, and then retreat back to the pits. And the next driver gets their opportunity to set their two timed laps. Just about a minute and a half away from that. The qualifying order for tonight is Casey Ellis rolling out first, Rodney Ayers rolling out second, Greg Pillar following him. Then it'll be John Matthews, Jimmy Mensch, Ryan Bunch, Tristan Bear, Pacey Wygant, Parker Clardy, and Rance Llewellyn, with a complete inversion from the finishing order last week. And that's how it'll be carried out week in and week out, with the qualifying order being inverse order of the previous week's finishes. Anybody new to the series starting the 1 week will be qualifying at the end of the qualifying order. Just to give those that race week to week an advantage to set their laps on a little bit fresher surface, maybe. Although with these skinny tires on these cars, I believe they're on the Hoosier 26.5 15s. I can't remember what the UMP tires are, to be honest, but if it was Wasota or USRA, I'd be all over it. American Racer KK704. Sorry, but I don't think they'll be tearing up the track too much here in qualifying. But as we get set here, rolling into qualifying. Alrighty, first up to make their laps is Casey Ellis, although he may or may not forfeit his go-ature at qualifying. Bristol Motor Speedway here from high above really gives you the scale of the track. Last great Coliseum. Hosted 2 dirt races here recently and a couple about 25 years ago or so. Drivers are being read their qualifying order now, and then they will roll into the qualifying session in their order. Oh, sorry, we were in the wrong group there. Casey Ellis making his laps now. I believe he's on his second lap here. First lap with a 17.451. Next to make their laps will be Rodney Ayers, who is not in attendance tonight, unfortunately. So it'll be Greg Pillar making his laps. Green is out for lap number 1. Pushing a little tight there on entry. Lap number 1, time on the board, 18.448. We'll see if he improves this time here on lap number 2. Get a little bit tidier here. Time is going to be 17.433. That bests Casey Ellis's 17.451. Why is my buttons not working? There we go. John Matthews out now for his 2 timed laps. Running that bottom pretty tidy, a little bit loose, not too bad. Switching it up to the top here on 3 and 4. A little bit of a diamond line on exit. We'll see what the time is. 17.382, top of the board for now. A little bit loose there, getting into 1 and 2. 3 and 4 back to the top again. Stays with the top again here. And does not improve on the second lap. 17.382, time to beat so far in qualifying. Now it'll be Jimmy Mensch and then Tristan Bear out for their laps. Or sorry, Jimmy Mensch and then Ryan Bunch and then Tristan Bear. Oh, a little tight there, little tight. Starting the lap here. Green is out for lap number 1 for Jimmy Mensch. Looking like a pretty tidy lap. Ooh, a little crossed up on exit there. White's out for him. 17.389, real close there to the best time on the board. A lot of these guys really deciding to run that top of 3 and 4 there. Not sure how that'll progress. Oh, top of the board again. You guys are just going back to back to back here, beating times. All right, now we have Ryan Bunch, who is in Group 2. And I still have his numbers wrong. Again, I apologize for that. I did change it, however, it was like right at the second that he joined the session. He is supposed to be 96, but for tonight, will be in the 69. Nice. Lap number 1, starting here. Looked a little bit messy there in 1 and 2. Just a little crossed up. Maybe wasn't ready for that slick red on entry. 3 and 4, a little better. Let's see what the time is here. 17.528. 1 and 2 looked a little bit better that time. Entered high in 3. And gonna diamond it down low, maybe. Yep. Checkered it out for his 2 laps. 17.449. Just barely surpasses Casey Ellis and takes over the number 4 spot. Now Tristan Bear out for his 2 timed laps. Green's out for time. Lap number 1. (17.216), top of the board for Tristan Bear. We'll see here if he improves on lap number 2. Ran right in the tire tracks and entry and ducked it a little bit lower. Let's see if he improves. And he does. 17.077. Top of the board by 0.2. Now we have Pacey Wygant going out for his 2 timed laps. Green is out for lap number 1. On a pretty tidy lineup on the top side. Just a little bit lower than Tristan there. Let's see what the lap time is for lap number 1. 17.030. 17.030. for lap number 1. Switching it up to the bottom for lap number 2. Already top of the board. Why not try something here? Let's see what it is on lap number 2. And he does improve with that running the bottom there. 16.959. Just a little tick over a tenth quicker than Tristan Bear there on that lap. Now it'll be Rance Llewellyn out for his 2 timed laps. Green is out, lap number 1. He also chooses to run the top here for lap number 1. Oh, a little bit of latency. 17.267. That puts him P3 here on lap number 1. Oh, got really high there on entry of 1. Be surprised if that's an improvement on lap number 2. Indeed, it is not. Throttle hung, I think. Close your eyes, kids. Already the next, it'll be Dominic Barouette. Making his re-debut. Ran with us here in Season 1. Was a title contender and always fought for wins in the series. First time here back in the modifieds. Green is out for lap number 1. The time is 17.132. That puts him P3, just ahead of Rance Llewellyn. Choosing to run the top again here in 3 and 4. Coming to the line for lap number 2. Not an improvement on that lap. 17.132. P3 as it sits, with Byron Jones yet to make his 2 laps. Jones Paint and Designs, number 19, PBR Racing, 213simware.com automobile out on track. Ooh, really tight into turn 1, just avoided the wall. White flag in the air. We'll see what the time is here for lap number 1, 18.335. That's to be expected. He got a little bit tight right there on entry of 1 in that lap. It was a little bit tighter this time. Really solid 3 and 4 there. Let's see what the time is. 17.158. That's P4 overall. That'll be outside front row of heat number 2. 10 cars here tonight. Be 5 cars in each heat. Top 3 will be making the redraw for the feature. And once again, running through the order, Pacey Wygant on top. He'll be starting pole of heat number 1. Paging heat 1, paging heat number 1. I forgot who's in heat number 1. But somebody hasn't grid yet. This has to be one of the most stacked heats we've had so far. Pacey Wygant on the pole. Dominic Berhouette on the outside. Rance Llewellyn inside row number 2. John Matthews to the outside. And then Ryan Bunch rounding out the field. And as a reminder, all initial starts for every race event in the J&B Modified Touring Series is on green. All restarts after the initial start will be on leader in the middle of turns 3 and 4 to the exit of 4. Starter gives them the 1 to go signal that time by. And from there, it's in their hands to start the feature heat. Wow. Well, the one upside, Parker, even though you did miss the feature tonight, we do have drop events. So you're not out of the points by any means. Alright, pace truck is off, green flag, and away we go for heat number 1. Rance Llewellyn with an early jump to the inside, 3 wide into turn 1. Big move to the inside, he'll take the race lead off of turn number 2. Side by side, Pacey Wygant running the top side, Rance Llewellyn on the bottom of the 33. He'll slide up, take away that spot. Pacey Wygant crosses back under, inside of turn number 1, slides up in front of Rance Llewellyn. He takes the race lead off of turn number 2. He takes away that top side, gets the momentum rolling. These guys are nose to tail up here, 1, 2, and 3. Dominic with a little bit of a move to the bottom, a little bit of a peak. Again, nose to tail. Rance slides up a little bit there. That might give Dominic an opportunity here, getting into turn number 3. He goes for the slider, slides up, doesn't quite clear the 33. He'll stay in 3rd. Back here, Ryan Bunch running 4th, John Matthews 5th. Pace truck. Pacey Wygant running away with this one a little bit. Rance in 2nd, Dominic in 3rd. You can see Dominic searching around for lines a little bit here, trying to get something working to try to get by that 33 car. For 2nd. 3 laps to go. Rance in the wall. Dominic gets by. He'll clear into turn number 3. And Pacey Wygant checked out up front. Just about half a straightaway lead. Pace truck. Oh, Dominic gets a little high into turn 1. That lets Rance get back by. And then Ryan Bunch looking by Dominic for 3rd. That's that transfer position we were talking about earlier for the redraw. These two side by side for that spot. Dominic dives down to the bottom, slides up. He'll clear the 69 of Ryan Bunch. Ryan looks back to the bottom of him. Goes for the slider, doesn't quite clear. Almost contact. Dominic holds on to the spot. And that is, I believe, checkered flag. I think. We're going to see if the ticker actually works this time, but I'm not sure. Okay, it's a liar. The ticker is a liar. That was white flag. And here is checkered flag. Pacey Wygant taking home the heat win in heat number 1. Rance Llewellyn 2nd. And Dominic Berhouette making the redraw. Ryan Bunch 4th, and John Matthews 5th. And before we go and take a look at heat number 2, we'll get a quick interview with your heat 1 winner, Pacey Wygant. Hey, Pacey, this is Bobby in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So what do you think of that early move there by Rance, and what do you think after that, running away from those two guys?
I think the green came out way sooner than I was expecting. Yeah, I was just kind of sleeping on the start there, so he was able to get to the inside. I don't know. I feel pretty comfortable at this track on the high side. Apologies, I have Byron in my ear talking in race control, so it was really hard to figure out what I was saying. But no, it was a good race. Feeling pretty confident for the future, and it was fun to race Francis.
Alrighty, thank you for your time and good luck in the future.
All right, good luck to you too, buddy.
That was Pacey Wagen, your Heat 1 winner. And here we look at Heat number 2. And your lineup is Tristan Bear lining up on the pole with Byron Jones to his outside. Row number 2, Jimmy Mensch in the 294 with Greg Pillar in the 32 to his outside. And back behind in the third and final row is the 35 of Casey Ellis. Lights on the pace truck are off, and we'll go green this time by. Now, as a reminder, all starts, initial starts anyway, are on green. Guys, get set, ready. Green flag is out. Tristan Bear getting the early hole shot here. He'll slide up and take away that race lead with Byron Jones hot on his heels. Greg Pillar must have had a little bit of a moment. We stay green. Byron Jones in the 19 still hot on Tristan Bear's heels. Oh, Byron gets a little bit tight getting into one. That lets Jimmy Mensch get by. We get the Fox camera here all zoomed in and you can't tell what's going on, am I right? Tristan Bear still out to the lead here. Jimmy Mensch getting in the wall a little bit there in turns 1 and 2. That lets Byron Jones get to his inside. He'll try to get by him. Can't do it. Jimmy Mensch holds on to the spot. Byron getting a little bit tight at a turn 1. That lets Jimmy get away a little bit here as Tristan Bear sets sail and is running away from Jimmy Mensch and Byron Jones here in heat number 2. Look back further through the field. Casey Ellis running pretty strong for him in 4th position. Hot on the heels of Byron Jones, actually. All these guys pretty evenly spaced. Just going to be who can find something here, who has a mistake maybe, just to try to get position here. Greg Pillar running a pretty smooth 5th. Not quite getting the lap times down on the board he needs probably, but that's what's fun about these. You don't have to be up front winning to have fun. Tristan Bear leading the way still in this heat. The gap between Byron and Jimmy closing a little bit. So we have 2 to go this time by, I believe. Or was that the white? I think that was the white. I'm gonna go with that was the white. Yeah, Jimmy Mensch still running 2nd here. Tristan Bear out to a pretty strong lead. And that was indeed checkers that time by. Tristan Bear picking up the race win in heat number 2. Jimmy Mensch 2nd. Byron Jones 3rd. Casey Ellis in 4th. And Greg Pillar in the top 5. Now before the warm-up session starts, we'll get a quick interview with your Heat 2 winner, Tristan Bear. Hey Tristan, this is Bobby in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, Bobby.
So what do you think of getting that Heat win there, and how you're going to carry that momentum into the feature here?
Well, considering I didn't win last week, I think we're going to have a lot more momentum coming in tonight's race. It's all luck of the pill draw, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the feature, and good luck for that tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Now the redraw order will be set for your top 6 as we get the warm-up session underway to get these guys a little bit more seat time, a little bit more time to get the track worn in, maybe blow off that top a little bit. Greg Pillar making some warm-up laps here. Oh, that camera's bad. Okay. I don't hate this one. This one's fun. Something else I'm going to do to tidy this up a little bit is bring the iRacing watermark down a little bit. And as a reminder for our drivers, this is the one track where you can do tire changes on Dirt Oval. Tire changes, no refueling, however you don't have any need to with a 30-lap feature. We have plenty of fuel for that race. But yeah, drivers are free to make tire changes under caution. Could be something we see later in this race, possibly coming to play. John Matthews out for his warm-up laps. And the Blink Designs 213simware.com Glitch Energy car. Car is looking a little bit tight for these guys here, but I bet once the track gets a little more wear on it, it'll free right up for him. Jimmy Mensch making some warm-up laps here as well in the 294 machine. That car is sponsored by 213simware.com, PBR Racing, and I believe Dubby. I could be wrong about that. Alrighty, folks, we do have the redraw order, and that will be Tristan Bear getting the pole position, with Dominic Berhuet to his outside. I believe I'm saying his last name right, however, I could be completely wrong. Jimmy Mensch lining up third inside row 2. And to his outside, Pacey Wygant in the 00. Byron Jones in the 19 will be starting 5th inside row 3. And to his outside will be Rance Llewellyn in the 33. All the other drivers will be lining up as iRacing dictates. And that will be setting the field for tonight's main event. 30 laps here at Bristol. Track could change. You can see lines come and go as the session progresses. It's going to be one heck of a show. Top side being pretty dominant so far. Usually that leads to some slider battles, and as we saw in Heat 1, we could see that again here in the feature. Let's find a good static. No, that's a... I don't like any of these, actually. Oh, you guys like my Fox camera? I didn't see anybody react to that, but I think it's funny. Really hear the power of these cars as they get off into turn number 1. Somebody clip that. Oh yeah, I figured out why I can't change cars. It's because the camera's static. Oh, here's a good camera. You can really see that top line being used by some of these guys. And it's still pretty thin. Right up in that darker groove there. Right above where Dominic had his right rear. Really light, fluffy, and not a whole lot of grip. Right on the very edge, right where Jimmy ran, right there. That's the cushion. You want to get your right rear right on that. And it's like a freight train on rails. Thing just bites and is just utterly quick. You get too low of it too, you'll miss it. And it just won't be having the same grip in it. We'll watch here as these guys start pushing that cushion up a little bit. But Jimmy Mensch, top of the board right now with a 17.055. Getting plenty comfortable with that top side. Just about 2.5 minutes here left in the warm-up session. And then we'll be going right into the feature. 30 lapper. A lot of time on the board, but these guys will try to make every use of it. Oh, we got the digger cam. And Rance killed it. Holy. Here's a pretty good static camera as we watch overhead here of Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah, the worst part is that victory lane is there. We just can't get there. I wish that with the update they also updated the other configurations, but I mean, we'll settle for what we can get at this point, I guess. You can see that cushion getting pushed closer and closer to that outside wall. I guarantee by the end of this feature, it's all the way against that outside wall. Yeah, I get lost. Okay, there we go. And the warm-up session is over, and right at the end there, Pacey Wygant grabbing the fastest lap. That'll set him up pretty well here for this feature event that we have coming up now. And as we get lined up here, as a reminder, after the redraw, Tristan Bear on the pole with Dominic Berhouet to his outside. Row number 2, Jimmy Mensch and Pacey Wygant. And row number 3, Byron Jones and Rance Llewellyn. All others lined up as iRacing dictates, with Ryan Bunch starting inside row number 4 with Casey Ellis to his outside. John Matthews inside row number 5 with Greg Pillar rounding out the field in 10th. Everybody out here on track And on the first warm-up lap here, these guys will get to their starting positions. Here's somebody doing the average B-mod field noises. So they get the 1 to go signal there. Lights on the pace truck are off, and it'll pull in this time in turns number 3 and 4. Then it'll be on the starter for the start of tonight's feature. We get set to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's mod time here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Jane B Modified Touring Series. And we are green flag racing. Tristan Bear out to the early jump. He'll dive down to the bottom, get that early lead. Couple little bit of jumbling back here in the back. Guys running side by side. Dominic slides up, takes away that race lead. Oh, a lot of these guys got tight there in entry. 3 wide action. Pacey Wide and Tristan Bear bobbling. Tristan Bear in the fence. And that'll be a caution. I believe Tristan is stuck? I have never seen that before. What? I feel so bad. I have no idea what happened there, but it looked like he got a tire stuck on the other side of the fence. We'll take a look back at what happened. A lot of jumbling there. Pacey Wygant, Tristan Bear making contact. And that resulted in Tristan Bear spinning out, getting stuck in the fence. Gets caught there, tries to come back down, catches Casey Ellis, and Casey just along for the ride. And then again, I have no idea what was going on here. I think there was a tire or some part of the car that broke off that got stuck on the other side of the fence. And man, tough break for the 5 car as he had to tow. I don't think he's going to lose a lap here. As long as he can get out before the field takes the green flag, I think he'll be fine. I believe that was a 2 to go signal here as we have the asphalt short track caution laps here. A little bit longer than our normal dirt cautions that are usually about 3 laps. I think they give us 4 here at Bristol Dirt. Now, as a reminder, these guys can come down and change tires all they want. Probably not going to be taking that risk right now, especially if you're up front, especially with only 2 laps on the tires. And after the first couple laps, running order is Dominic leading, with Pacey second, Jimmy Mensch third in the 294, Rance Llewellyn fourth in the 33, Ryan Bunch fifth in the 69, Byron Jones sixth in the 19, John Matthews seventh in the 98, Greg Pillar eighth in the 32, and Tristan Bear does get rolling here. He'll have to catch the back of the field before we get going green. Casey Ellis as well coming out. I believe they delayed it for them. That's perfectly okay. Just in the name of getting these guys caught back up to the field and making it a level playing field for everybody here. So we get set to restart here. 2 laps in the books, 28 to go. Or excuse me, I believe it's 29 to go. I think it'll be 28 when they get to the line, but my ticker's off. We'll just go with that. Green is out. Dominic away with the early jump. Pacey immediately up to that top line, trying to get some momentum going. The guy's fighting hard in the back. Tristan all the way back up to 6th after restarting 9th on that restart. Pacey Wygen looking at that bottom, trying to see if it's viable. Jimmy Mensch took a look to the inside of Rance Llewellyn there for 3rd. Tristan Bear really trying to get that bottom working, trying to get by Byron Jones. Oh, Jimmy Mensch, a little bit of a problem there. He falls all the way back to 6th. Meanwhile, up front, Pacey Wygant. Real tight running here with Dominic Berhouet. Running that alternate line, getting on the bottom, trying to see if he can get it cleared up. We have a hornet's nest back here for 4th on back. Byron Jones really trying to get by Ryan Bunch here. Jimmy Mensch would look to the outside, can't quite get clear. Oh, he gets really tight into turn 1. He'll keep it rolling. We stay green. Oh, 3 of them under a blanket. And that'll be a caution. These guys getting a little messy here early on in this one. We'll take a look back, see what happened on that yellow flag. There you have it. Ryan maybe not entering quite as hard as Byron there. A little bit of contact. Around he went. I'm sure Byron didn't mean to, and I'm betting Ryan probably frustrated with that. But these things happen in racing. And I believe Ryan was able to keep his spot here. I think it's because the caution was thrown manually, and when it was thrown, that's where he was. If anybody's curious on the ruling there. And we look back, Jimmy Mensch on pit lane. Maybe taking a look at getting some tires here. I'm not quite certain. We'll have to look later. We take a look again. These trends are really starting to bleed through. Last week, Rance Llewellyn making a comeback after not being around for a full season, coming back for the modifieds. picks up the win, leads all the laps. Dominic looking to repeat that trend here tonight. He makes his re-debut. Shows the way so far. And he'll have the restart here. Dominic fires off. Pacey Wygant close behind. Green flag back out in the air. Dominic to the early advantage. Rance Llewellyn looking to make a move on Pacey Wygant, running the bottom. Side by side for your second position. Rance throws it in hard. Still can't get to in front of the 00. Tristan Bear back up to 5th place. Getting ahead of the 69 of Ryan Bunch. Ryan looking to cross it back over. Throws in the slider. Oh, almost clears. And that'll be a caution flag. Casey Ellis looking pretty sporty here in 5th place. We'll take a look back at that incident here for the 5 car. 69 throws in the slider. I don't believe there was contact there. However, there could have been a little bit of net code. It's possible. Looked like a little bit of a combination of net code and the 5 trying to avoid their last second. Just gets in the fence. Lucky for these guys, we have damage off. So moments like that won't completely destroy your chance at a good finish here in the end of the night. Pacey Wygant and Tristan Bear on pit road getting some tires on them. Remember, this is a 1 track. You can do that. A lot of these guys actually coming down to get tires. Casey Ellis, Byron Jones, Tristan Bear, and Pacey Wygant on pit lane. And Pacey beats them all off of pit road here. Byron Jones second off pit lane, followed by Tristan Bear and Casey Ellis. I think Greg Pillar has called it a night, maybe? Nope, he's getting some tires on it. Apologies. I think John Matthews has called it a night, though, unfortunately. Rance Llewellyn making a late call to get some tires on as well. A lot of these guys taking advantage of this being the one place you can put tires on it. That'll shuffle a couple of these guys up front again. Dominic Berhuet holds the lead with Jimmy Mensch second. Ryan Bunch third. Pacey Wygant, first car on fresh tires, in 4th, followed by Byron Jones, Tristan Bear, Casey Ellis, and Rance Llewellyn. They get the 1 to go signal here from the starter. These guys will form up double file, and the restart will be on the 418. Oh, I see now the reason that John Matthews has pulled off of and parked it for the night is he is in a tornado warning. A lot of the eastern central U.S. under some severe weather right now, and a couple of these guys having to call it a night to weather. Unfortunate, and hope for the best for them. But we go green here. Dominic out to the early advantage. Ryan second. Well, 4 wide there. 4 wide. Pacey Wygant with a strong move up to second. And Byron Jones trying to follow through. 3 wide with Tristan Bear, Ryan Bunch, and Byron Jones there for 5th or 4th through 6th. Hey, I was almost right. Dominic still showing the way. It's Pacey Wygant hard charging on the bottom on those fresh tires. Jimmy Mensch third, Tristan Bear up to 4th. Ryan Bunch and Rance Llewellyn side by side for 5th. Looks like Rance will take away that spot. Casey Ellis and Byron Jones side by side here for 7th. Casey Wygent looking to the top line, trying to get this momentum rolling. He'll get to the outside of Dominic Burrouet there. That time, that's the first time anybody's been able to get side by side with him in this one. So we just passed halfway last time by. Side by side again off the corner of 4. We look back, Jimmy Mensch, Rance Llewellyn, and Tristan Bear rounding out your top 5 as it sits, with Ryan Bunch 6th, Byron Jones 7th, and Casey Ellis 8th, and Greg Pillar 9th. I believe he is off of the racing surface as it stands. Dominic still holding a strong 2nd. Casey Wygent not able to capitalize as it stands. Oh, Dominic with a little bit of a bobble. That opens up the bottom for Pacey Wygent. He'll be side by side going into turn 1. Dominic running the top line, trying to get the momentum back up, and he can't get back side by side with Pacey Wygent. And Pacey Wygent currently holds that race lead. Just under 10 to go. Or no, I believe it's 11 to go, excuse me. My ticker is off by a lap. Apologies for that. Pacey Wygent holding that lead, though. A little bit of a slip up off of 4. That allows Dominic to close here. Getting that top side really moving here late in this race. Pacey pulls away a little bit here. That bottom of 4, I believe, has been the really tricky spot here for guys late in the going in this one. Dominic running an extreme low line there. Rance Llewellyn rounding out your podium as it sits. Jimmy Mensch 4th. Tristan Bear 5th. Byron Jones 6th. I heard somebody get the wall. I believe that was Tristan Bear, but I could be wrong. Dominic and Pacey going at it here for your race lead. With 7 to go. Rance Llewellyn starting to close a little bit here on Dominic. Jimmy Mensch not too far behind either. Little mistake here for these guys up front. The rest of your top 5 will be on top of them within the matter of a lap. It's Pacey Wygent and Dominic and Rance Llewellyn all in the same frame here in the closing running of this one. So we come to 5 to go here at the line. Dominic getting that top line moving. Four to go. Rance Llewellyn closing in on the 418 of Dominic Burrouet. Three to go. Ooh, a little contact there from Rance Llewellyn. Oh, he drives up into the fence. We'll stay green. Everybody keeps it straight. Tight back here from 4th on back. It's a little mistake from Rance. Drops him down to 5th. And we'll be getting the white flag this time by. Little slip up there from Tristan Bear. Little slip up there from Rance as well. 3 wide into turn 1. Rance clears. Oh, little contact. Tristan tries to cross over. Can't quite do it. He'll slide it in this time. Oh, makes contact with Rance, and over he goes. Oh, they make contact again. Oh, man. And that is the finish of this one. Pacey Wygant, your winner. Dominic in second. Jimmy Mensch third. Byron Jones fourth. And Ryan Bunch rounding out your top 5. A little bit of late chaos in this one. But Pacey Wygant bringing home your race win. Again, your podium on the night. Pacey Wygant, of course, with the race win. Dominic second. And Jimmy Mensch rounding out your podium. We'll get an interview here with all 3 from your podium, starting with Pacey Wygant, tonight's race winner. Pacey Wygant, this is Bobby in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, what do you think in the closing laps of that one, getting by Dominic and trying to hold him off there for tonight's race win?
I don't know. It was a fun race. I felt I was faster than Dom early on, and then I seen everybody else taking tires, so I figured I should probably just take tires. But no, the race was fun. Trying to close down on Dom there late. It's definitely fun. Yeah, it was just a fun race and all. Glad we chose this for these cars. I kind of suck in these cars, so it's kind of nice getting a win in them.
Yeah, great run from you tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's run?
Yeah, I gotta shout out you for broadcasting, PBR Racing, Rodney for just putting on Bolt as a whole, KNSM Productions, new sponsor there, and 213 Simware. Be sure to go check out the merch over there. It's kind of cool. And yeah, I think that about does it.
Alrighty, that was Pacey Wygant, tonight's race winner. We'll drag up Dominic here, your second place finisher. Hey Dominic, this is Bobby in the booth. You got a copy?
Yo, what's up? How's it going? Hello? Hear me?
Yep, I hear you. Sorry, I have my volume on my TV a little bit low. So what do you think there, leading that first half? And do you think the tires helped Pacey get by? And what do you think of the race overall?
It was a great race. Yeah, I was kind of confused on why he went in from the lead, and then I saw everybody behind me go in too, and then it all made sense. And I was like, well, looks like we're sticking this one out on that right rear. So it was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Everybody wants to say it was the right rear tire that beat me, but I don't know. Pacey's fast. You can't take it away from him. He's quick. We always have good battles, and he tends to come out on top. So I'm happy with it. I just feel bad because I ran into the back there and just wound up straight up into the wall. So kind of had a bad run coming out of the turn and had nowhere really to go and didn't leave him many options.
Yeah, anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's second place?
Yeah, you guys. Definitely thanks to y'all and thanks to the stream for putting it on. Always a good time, and wish I could make it to more of these races, but work's kind of been a bugger lately, so yeah. But thanks for putting it on, everybody, and hope to see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Great to see you out here. You're always pretty clean, and obviously you put on a great show. And yeah, thank you for your time here. We'll put you back down here with Ryan.
Awesome. Thanks. Have a good one, y'all.
All right. We'll talk to Jimmy Mensch, your third place finisher tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hey, Jimmy, this is Bobby in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. What do you think? Did you think the tires helped you there at the end of the race? And what do you think of the race overall?
So the tires were kind of interesting. I hit the caution just before everybody went in. So I only had a couple laps at mine, but I found myself up at the front, which was kind of nerve-wracking because I am terrible at dirt Bristol. basically was hoping and praying that I could stick there. And then whatever happened between who was it, Dominic and Rance. Rance got up another wall. I got through, just kind of tried to hold it where I was.
All right. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's third place finish?
I'll keep it short for you. I gotta thank the wife. I gotta thank the wife. She's the one that helps me put the kid to bed and everything at night, so I can actually do this stuff, or else I'd be late to nearly every league race I have.
Alrighty. Thank you for your time and congrats on your finish tonight.
Thank you.
All right. That'll do it here from Bristol Motor Speedway in the J&B Modified Touring Series. Always look forward to next week. Next week, April 9th, we are at Lanier Dirt. Should be a great show there next week. Little bullring action. Always a great track. Multiple grooves. Hope to see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Capital Racing Network.